Top 5 fruits that cause stroke and heart attack in seniors. If you're over 60, I need you to stop right now and listen carefully. The very fruits you've trusted for decades, the ones you thought were protecting your heart, may actually be silently fueling the #1 killer of seniors, stroke. And here's the shocking part. Just one serving tonight could set off a chain reaction in your blood vessels that ends in a heart attack or stroke. And it's not just one fruit. There are 5 common fruits that, when eaten the wrong way, can damage your arteries, spike your blood pressure, or even trigger blood clots. In this video, I'll show you each one, and I'll give you simple, safe solutions so you can keep enjoying fruit without raising your stroke risk. For more than 30 years as a neurologist, I've treated good people, seniors just like you, who believed they were doing everything right. They eat well, exercised, and stayed disciplined. But hidden truths about everyday foods quietly harmed their health. My goal here is not to frighten you. It's to bring you clarity, so you can protect your memory, safeguard your independence, and keep your heart strong for the years ahead. Before we begin, let me ask you, do you eat fruit every single day? Type yes or no in the comments below. It helps me understand your habits, and your answer could encourage someone else watching to make a better choice. Now, let's start with the first fruit. It looks colorful, it feels convenient, and many seniors keep it in their pantry. But inside that can lies a dangerous trap that can quietly raise your stroke risk. Let's talk about canned fruit cocktail. Number 5. Canned fruit cocktail. Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio, thought she had done everything right. No fatty meats, no butter, no sodas. Her pantry was her pride, clean, neat, and filled with healthy choices. But in the corner sat a quiet trap, shiny cans of fruit cocktail. To her, they were harmless. "It's still fruit, after all," she'd say with a smile, serving spoonfuls to her grandchildren every weekend. What Mary didn't see, what millions of seniors don't see, is the hidden danger floating in that glossy syrup. Let's be clear, that syrup isn't fruit juice, it's sugar, refined, concentrated, and relentless. When you eat it, your body doesn't see peaches or pears. It sees a flood of sugar crashing into your bloodstream, forcing your pancreas to fight back, pumping insulin like a firefighter spraying water on endless flames. And those flames don't die. They smolder, quietly, day after day. This is chronic inflammation, an invisible fire licking the walls of your arteries. Over time, those walls stiffen, roughen, and turn into magnets for bad cholesterol. Plaque builds, arteries narrow, pressure rises, and one day that plaque can rupture, sparking the clot that steals your independence in a single heartbeat, a stroke. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up fruit. You just have to outsmart the marketing. Be a label detective. Skip heavy syrup. Hunt for the golden words 100% juice or in water. Rinse before you eat. Even with juice-packed cans, a 10-second rinse washes away a surprising amount of hidden sugar. Choose fresh or frozen. These are your safest allies. Fiber intact, no enemies hiding in syrup. Mary wasn't careless. She was misled. But now you know the truth. And if that surprises you, wait until you see what's next. Number 4. Dried fruit. If canned fruit cocktail is the obvious enemy in your pantry, dried fruit is the smiling imposter in your pocket. It looks natural, it feels innocent, it even calls itself healthy. Take Tom, a retired teacher. He walks 5 miles every day, jacket zipped, posture proud. And in his pocket, a small bag of raisins or apricots, his badge of discipline, his so-called healthy fuel. Tom is half right. Dried fruit gives him quick energy, but that very quickness is the trap. Let me ask you this, which fills you up more? A plump bunch of grapes spread across the table, or a tiny palm full of raisins made from that very same bunch? The sugar, the calories, they're identical. But the water, the volume, the fullness, it's gone. What once was a meal for the stomach has become a snack for the hand. Easy to eat, easy to repeat. One handful, then another, until you've swallowed the sugar of a candy bar, thinking it's just fruit. This is the danger of density. Dried fruit doesn't whisper health, it whispers more. And your body listens, storing each extra bite as fat, fueling the slow march toward obesity. And obesity is no small word. It is the silent architect of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes, the unholy trio that leads straight to the doorstep of a stroke. You believe you're eating nature's gift. In truth, you're battling nature's illusion, sugar stripped of water, fiber, and balance. But don't worry, the answer is not to banish dried fruit, but to tame it. Never eat from the bag. Make dried fruit a garnish, not a meal. Measure with a spoon, a single tablespoon over oatmeal, a few chopped apricots in salad. Enough for taste, not excess. Choose fresh whenever you can. Water, fiber, fullness, everything your arteries beg for. A careless handful of raisins may be an enemy, but a thoughtful sprinkle, that can still be a friend.
Number 3, your morning orange juice. You read that right. If America had one picture of a healthy breakfast, it would be a tall, glistening glass of orange juice. Meet John, a 75-year-old retired engineer. For half a century, his mornings never changed. The Wall Street Journal in one hand, a glass of orange juice in the other. For him, it wasn't just habit, it was medicine. He proudly told everyone, "I never catch a cold, thanks to my daily dose of vitamin C." But here's the quiet tragedy. What John trusted as a tonic may be slowly corroding the very blood vessels it was meant to protect. The problem isn't the orange. The problem is the juicer. A whole orange is nature's perfect package. Vitamins, water, natural sugars, and above all, fiber. Think of fiber as the unsung hero. In your stomach, it becomes a soft mesh, a brake pedal, slowing sugar down so your blood absorbs it gently, safely, steadily. Now picture what happens in the juicer. With ruthless force, the machine rips the orange apart, discards the fiber, and leaves you with one thing, a glass of liquid sugar dressed up as health. Without that brake pedal, the sugar slams into your bloodstream like a race car that's lost control. Your body panics, flooding you with insulin again and again, morning after morning. Over time, your cells grow numb. Insulin resistance, the direct highway to type 2 diabetes. And that's not the worst part. Each blood sugar spike is like a mini tsunami, hammering your arteries, leaving tiny cracks, stealing their flexibility. Those cracks invite plaque, narrowing the passage, setting the perfect stage for a stroke. John thought he was drinking vitamins. In truth, he was forcing his blood vessels to endure a sugar storm every morning. The solution isn't complicated, but it requires a shift in thinking. Eat your fruit, don't drink it. Nature intended you to peel and chew, not sip and swallow. Switch to smoothies. Blend, don't juice. A blender keeps the heroic fiber intact. Drink water, then eat fruit. The simplest, purest way to hydrate and get your vitamin C. A glass of juice may look like sunshine in a cup, but a whole orange is the real light that protects your heart.
Number 2. Watermelon. Nothing says American summer like juicy, ruby red slices of watermelon at a picnic or 4th of July BBQ. Children laughing, ice clinking in glasses, and that first cold bite melting on your tongue. It feels innocent. It feels pure. After all, it's over 90% water. How could water ever be dangerous? But here's the catch. The danger doesn't come from the first slice. It comes from the second, and the third, and the fourth. The problem isn't the fruit itself. It's how quickly and how much we eat it, without limit. To see why, let's meet a scientific idea most people never think about: the glycemic index, or GI. Picture it like a speedometer. It doesn't measure how much sugar is in food, but how fast that sugar slams into your bloodstream. On this scale, water is a calm 0, pure glucose, a screaming 100, and watermelon? Shockingly, it races near the top, between 72 and 80, the same league as a slice of white bread. Think about that. That sweet wedge in your hand is racing through your veins like a sports car with no brakes. For a young person, maybe the body can handle it. But for someone over 60, whose metabolism has slowed, whose insulin response has dulled, biting into slice after slice is like flooring the gas pedal on an old, fragile engine. Each surge of sugar forces your pancreas to fight, pumping insulin like a machine on overdrive. Meanwhile, your arteries take the hit. Micro tears, stress, and strain, like bending a metal wire back and forth. At first, nothing shows, but repeat it again and again, and the wire breaks. So too do your vessels, stiff, inflamed, ripe for plaque and stroke. You think you're simply hydrating. In reality, you're stress testing your heart and brain with every extra slice. But don't worry, watermelon doesn't have to vanish from your summer. You just need a new way to enjoy it. Treat it like dessert, not a buffet. One wedge or 1 cup of cubes is a safe serving. Stop there. Pair it with friends, almonds, walnuts, or a sprinkle of feta cheese. Protein and fat that slow sugar's rush. Eat it after a meal, never on an empty stomach. As a dessert, digestion is slower, gentler, safer. Watermelon can still be a gift of summer, but only if you control the speed before it controls you.
Number 1. Coconut oil. Of all the hidden culprits we've talked about, this one may be the most sophisticated because it hides behind a mask of health. Meet Carol, 68, a sharp-minded woman, always searching for the latest health tips online. After reading countless blogs that crown coconut oil as a miracle food, great for the brain, better than butter, she proudly cleared her kitchen shelf. Every meal, every stir-fry, every egg in the morning cooked with coconut oil. Carol believed she was protecting her heart. But the truth, backed by decades of science, tells a different story. What she thought was a golden path toward health may have been guiding her, silently, closer to stroke. Here's why. Coconut oil is nearly pure saturated fat, 80 to 90%. That's more than butter, more than lard. And saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol. Picture your arteries as the clean new plumbing of a house. LDL is like hard limescale, layer after layer, narrowing the pipes, forcing the heart to push harder. At first, it's just pressure, but one day, a piece cracks, the body rushes to patch it, and a clot forms. If that clot blocks the flow to your brain, you don't get a warning, you get a stroke. The American Heart Association couldn't be clearer. Limit saturated fat, including coconut oil. This isn't about one spoonful, it's about using it every day for everything without knowing the cost. So what's the smarter way? Embrace olive oil, the champion of heart-healthy fats, proven to lower LDL and fight inflammation. Cook with avocado oil, high smoke point, rich in good fats, perfect for searing or roasting. Look beyond oils. Add nuts, seeds, avocados, and fatty fish.
real, proven sources of protective fats. Carol wasn't careless. She was misled by clever marketing. Now you know better. And this is just one piece of the puzzle. If you want to truly protect your brain and your independence, don't stop here. Watch our full playlist on senior health tips for more life-saving videos on stroke warning signs, hidden food traps, and simple daily habits to keep your heart and mind strong.